Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 271. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
Ant, you're back.
I am back. I have returned from my odyssey.
From excursion, which looks like didn't go too well.
You should see the other guy.
Or might have went perfectly.
It went exactly according to plan.
Oh, okay, good. Nothing new was found.
No, nothing new was found, and what was found was fixed.
Good. Obviously, people who are watching, Anthony's in a sling, so hopefully everything's okay and speedy recovery for you, my friend.
Thank you very much. That was one tough video game I beat a couple weeks ago.
I told you, stop rage quitting. Telling you, this is what finally happens after all these years.
This was rage completion.
Oh, okay. I've done that too, but that's a different podcast.
I celebrated a little too hard.
There you go. I like it. But in all honesty, you obviously were out last week with your jingamabob there happening.
Yes.
And but at least hopefully you're feeling good or better than you did before. Obviously, this looks like recovery.
Yes. I'll be honest with you. I am not feeling better than I was before, but the whole plan is eventually I will be better. So,
it's not as I tell my customers, it's not a marathon, it's a sprint.
Yeah, well, you know what? What? You had it backwards.
Oh, you're right. It is. Yeah. No, I want people done.
No. I was gonna say, if that's the saying, then damn, hurry the hell up. Let's get this done. I'm all for it right now.
Not a sprint. All right, and also just on a side note, folks. Yes, I know a lot of times we say things that we're going to do and we don't do them, but obviously we have a reason right now. How February we didn't have the competition yet.
No,
March may be a little late. We will make these up down the road.
Yeah.
So there will be remakes or what do they call it in hockey? Just a do-over? I don't know.
What? A rematch? No. When you postpone.
Yes.
Yeah. So our February head-to-head contest will probably happen closer to the end of March, and then we'll make
maybe more the end of April or middle, as we'll talk afterwards.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So we're gonna have some delays on our competition, but
we'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get there, and I will continue to take solace in the fact that I am up 1-0.
Yes, this is true. How's your Beat Saber playing? Is there a one-arm mode?
Yes, there is.
There is. That's awesome.
There is a one-arm mode, and no, I am not playing.
It still takes two hands to put it together.
Yeah, no, video gaming. At least the first week, I couldn't do anything, which was bad. But this past week, I was actually able to figure out how to hold a controller and play, even though I'm one-armed here.
During your rehab, they're like, all right, ready? Just flex, unflex. Like, no, give me a controller. Let me relearn how to do a controller.
It's like, they'd be like, damn, your hand is really strong. I'd be like, yeah, I've been busy.
It's like Rookie of the Year. Yes. What happened where he fell on his shoulder and all of a sudden he was able
to had a magic arm.
And he was throwing 200-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah, little did they know in reality, he was dislocating and relocating his shoulder with each one, causing intense pain, which is exactly what you want a child to go through.
Was that a spoiler alert?
No, because the movie is like 30 years old. But what was I going to say? Yeah, no. So I've been picking up gaming again slowly.
Okay, good.
And nothing too incredibly complicated. So I downloaded. There was a game I've been meaning to buy. I've been holding off on buying for a while digitally. It's a Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle.
Oh, I see that every now and again. I just never pulled the trigger on it.
Apparently it was on mobile.
Yes.
And then they released it on digital. So I downloaded it because I'm like, this game only requires you to really use the left joystick.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So that works out really well for me right now, since I am I'm an honorary lefty for a few weeks.
Welcome to the club, my friend.
Thank you, and I will champion for lefty rights until the sling comes up.
You now know our plight in the world.
I know your plight, and I'm very happy it's temporary. So I downloaded that, and I've been playing that a little bit, and then I actually started because I have been able to use I'm able to use my right hand. I just can't move. Can't move my arm. But I started playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
wow. On PS5, and that game is gorgeous.
Just going all in on that one. All right, cool.
Unbelievable, beautiful game. They give you the first thing you'll love about this is they give you options on how you want to play it, not just difficulty level, but you can play it in full color with English, English speech.
Subtitles? Oh, okay.
No, English speech.
Speech. Hmm.
You can play it in full color with Japanese speech and English subtitles,
Okay.
which is the way I'm currently playing it.
Fair enough.
Or you can play it like an old school Japanese samurai movie in black and white.
Ooh.
So yeah,
I like that.
yeah, it was really cool. I almost did the black and white one, but I really wanted to see what the world looked like in full color,
Yeah.
and I was not disappointed. Like literally, like every view of this game is stunning. I was like, and so far the story is great.
I used to
So,
hate black and white, but now I love watching black and white and
yeah.
some games in black and white. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really really great. I
All
mean,
right.
it's gotten amazing reviews, and I can see why, obviously. But
Mhm.
I'm like a couple of hours in now, and I'm just
Okay.
like, okay, this world is amazing. It's also open. It's an open world
Okay.
style game as well, where you choose
Cool.
where you want to go. So a little Breath of the Wildish.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, but your swords don't break.
Good. Thank you. Do you have to cook anything? Do you have to do your taxes in the game? Like, what else is happening?
No, there were no taxes back then. I don't know about cooking yet, but I don't think so. No, but
Okay, fair
just overall, like really really cool.
All right, cool.
Very very cool game.
Good. Yeah. As far as things being played recently, and yeah, doing a little more recent games. I've been playing. It's a free download, and I think it's available everywhere. I have it on Switch, even though it looks gorgeous on Xbox. I'm playing it on Switch. It's a racing game. Asphalt 9 Legends.
Oh, okay.
Free to download. And it's just a racing game, and it's I think it started as mobile because it has a lot of mobile feels to it, like do a lot of completions, claim daily prizes and whatever. But it's just a fun racer to play. And the reason I'm playing it on Switch as opposed to the gorgeous, because it's optimized for Xbox Series X and S. It's just cool because like one of the main cards I use, they have like a special color scheme for the Switch where it's like red, black, and then blue, kind of like the Joy-Cons almost.
Yeah.
On the sides of the car. So that's pretty cool.
Oh,
but again,
cool.
it's just a very simple and again free to play. So
Nice.
So I've been playing around with that.
Free to play games are always nice.
Yes. Other than that, that's pretty much about as far as the newer stuff because I finally got my Switch back.
Yes, that's right. You sent it off to the doctor.
Talk about that. I did. No, I didn't. I got it after last week's episode. So first of all, happy birthday, Switch.
Yep.
The big 05.
The big 05. Although, it is a retro birthday, even though it's not really.
This is true. But yes, I got my Switch back maybe 2.5 weeks without it, which is fine. I jonesed a little bit, but I got past it. And
it's not like you don't have any other systems.
No, but I didn't really play any of the other systems.
Wow. You are a Switch snob.
No, it's just again, I just enjoy it more.
I know. I kid.
But it came back. It is whisper quiet. So they fixed it. Very professional. They send all this paperwork back with it. I already have everything on a micro SD card, like as far as games, so I didn't have to worry about re-downloading stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Everything's already in the cloud, so good to go. But when I got it back, for the most part, I think my stuff was in there because like some of the stuff, I guess that's like dormant on the main console as opposed to the SD card, appeared. And then I just had to log in, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So now what happens, just real quick, what happens is, and this goes almost for any system, when you send it back to the manufacturer, if they can't fix it or something, worst case scenario, they end up sending you like a new refurbished.
They send you a new one, yeah.
So when I got this one back, I'm like, cool. They cleaned it. It was nice looking, no fingerprints on it. But then I got an email saying, congratulations on hooking up your new Nintendo Switch. So now I'm curious if I got a refurbished one, even though I don't have any paperwork to show.
I was just going to say, it sounds like you did.
I don't know. I'll take a look at the SKU number or whatever.
Well, again, I was just going to say, if it looks really, really clean, like almost like, oh wow, they really did a great job on this. it might be that they gave you a refurbished.
This screen looks OLED.
Yes.
But bottom line, now honestly, no, I don't, because again, the OLED's more in your favor if you play more in handheld. TV mode, there is no difference. That's why I never haven't got it yet. But nevertheless, got my Switch back, so I'm very happy.
Good.
But I had also gotten another system came in the mail.
Oh.
And if I can just do this real quick, don't mind me. Oh,
Just as long as the computer doesn't fall over.
so much stuff on top of other stuff I need to clean. Yes. Look what came in finally.
Hey, your Christmas gift.
Yes. Thank you. 3 months too late.
You can send it back if you want.
Too late. I already opened it. The Evercade versus, and
Folks,
folks,
it was only 2 months late.
but I'm happy enough to know that like everything, like U.S. delays, kept doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Bottom line, this is the retro game console starter pack, and this little system, I'm telling you, it packs a punch. And I'm not just saying, someone online said it. I put a picture of the box up, just saying, hey, it's here. I'll talk about it. And then I go, spoiler alert, it's awesome. And I think it was Unfun Gamer who goes, you think everything is awesome.
He's right.
I gotta have...
Like literally the only thing I think I've ever heard you say on this podcast that wasn't awesome was Castlevania 2 on NES and Breath of the Wild, which you are completely wrong about.
I mean, maybe
everything else was awesome. Oh, and limited run games for a few years.
No, they're cool now. So they made up with me. They said they're sorry.
No, they didn't.
Because I maybe it's like the only thing I'm optimistic about in my life in this miserable world that we're living in. I try and stay optimistic on a couple of things.
Well, no, there's a difference between being optimistic and just being honest.
Delusional.
Yes.
No, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This thing actually really is cool. First, so the pack-in that it came with, because it did come with a game, is the Technos.
How are the game boxes? Like, do they have packaging?
So I'm going to get into it. Yeah, this is all. There's no digital. The only reason why Wi-Fi is on this is to update the system itself.
Firmware. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this is what the boxes look like. Small boxes.
Oh, they're small. Yeah.
Yeah, small Genesis-like boxes. Mm-hmm. And then you open up the cartridges, maybe a little bit bigger than a Game Boy Advance.
Oh, okay, cool. Not bad.
All right. Yeah, not bad at all. And the logo's on the back of it and everything.
I was about to say that was a very tiny label on the front there, but that was
that's how you know. Okay. What's cool about the Evercade Versus is that you can put 2 of these in the system at the same time.
Oh, nice.
Now, every one of these is basically a multi-pack. So there's already multiple games on each one. But yeah, by putting 2 of them in, it just, again, makes it a little easier to pick games that you want to pick from.
Yeah. Because essentially each one has like six or 8 games on it, right?
They vary from 2 to like I think one has like 20 or something on it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they vary. So the one it came with is this is what I also learned. You have these purple boxes.
Yep.
And then you have these red boxes, which I'll show you in a moment.
Someone went shopping.
I did. The purple are arcade versions.
Oh, okay.
Where the other ones are console versions, so far from what I understand. So in the one that came packed in, Technos Arcade Systems Volume 1, got Mysterious Stones, Dr. John's Adventure, Blockout, Combat Tribes, Double Dragon 2. Again, these are the arcade versions.
Yep.
Double Dragon 3.
Nice.
Mania Challenge, Minky Monkey, and Battle Lane Volume 5.
Minky Monkey.
Minky Monkey is Technos' first arcade game.
Oh, wow. Okay, because I was like, I've never heard of that.
It is a darn near ripoff of Donkey Kong Jr.
Donkey Kong 3. Donkey Kong Jr. Sorry.
Yeah, it is a very close ripoff to Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, the games run very smooth. I mean, super, almost too smooth. But when I compared it to other videos, it was accurate. Okay. The control, I don't have the controller with me. I apologize. It's a standard, almost looks like a Super Nintendo controller as far as
I was just gonna say that's what it looked like in my memory.
Yeah. Too, yeah. Well, with 2 shoulder buttons on each side.
Yeah.
And the system itself, small. It took me a little while. I kept turning it on and off, and it wasn't working. So I was like, tell me I got the defective one. But for some reason, you got to hold the power button down for like 1 second, and then it boots up.
Oh, okay.
Then it goes through its thing. There's really no like flair or fanfare to it. Just boots up, you have your games, and you go.
Okay.
So
that's all you need.
No, that's it. I'm going to get into that in a second. I just want to show these other things. I got these other 2 cartridges from Amazon. They just have the cartridges run. Looks like they run $20 US dollars each, which is not bad.
No, especially if you're getting like 8 games.
Exactly. So this one here, I got both. Well, it was like $36 total or something like that. Their Atari Lynx collection 1 and 2.
Oh, very nice.
So there's the
Ah,
fronts
there we
of
go.
them.
Very
And
cool.
I'm just going to run through it super fast because one has more games than the other.
Interesting.
Link's Collection 1 has Scrappy Yard Dog, Dracula the Undead, Jimmy Connor's Tennis, Awesome Golf, Crystal Mines 2, Basket Brawl,
Ooh.
Super Squeak, Super Asteroids Missile Command.
Oh, nice.
So it does have some like good party games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goro 106, Remnant Planet Wars, Ishio, Way of the Stone, Cyber Virus, Zump, XUMP, Mega
Mhm.
Pack Volume 1, so there's even more games on it.
Oh, wow.
Malibu Bikini Volleyball, come on. Loops, and Power Factor.
That's a
All
solid
Links
number of
games.
games. Yeah.
And then the other one has 8 games on it. California Games.
Ah, I love that.
I hate that game. Chips Challenge, Todd's Adventures in Slime World, Blue Lightning, Zalor Mercenary, Checkered Flag, Electro Cop, and Gates of Zendokon.
Hmm.
And then I pre-ordered one more that hasn't come out yet. Now,
Okay.
this is what I want to talk about with this system. This system is great. They have a handheld version as well, just the Evercade.
Right.
And the games, all but one, I forgot which one it is, are compatible for both.
Great. That's good.
I am now determined that this system, with the type of games that are coming out on it, if you want to collect old games but don't have the money for them, this is the absolute way to go. And here's why. The game that I pre-ordered is the Renovation Collection 1, Renovation Products.
Okay.
There's 4, 8, 12 games on it. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because one of them is Soldice, also known as Soul Feast, one of the
Oh,
pack-in
yes.
games for the Sega CD, which can go for a pretty penny nowadays.
Yes, it can.
Almost in, like, I mean,
Well,
like
because
maybe 80, $90.
yeah, because most Sega CDs came with Sewer Shark.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like, but we're talking even before the Sewer Shark pack-in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have Soul Feast.
Oh, okay.
And it was in just like a regular flip thing. So that right there, for $20, you're getting that. You're getting Valis and Valis 3, which recently came out in a collection on the current systems, and Limited Run's putting one out for like $40. Again, you're getting 2 of them for 20 on top of Soldice.
Right.
Another game that I actually just canceled because it's on this collection. I was going to get the physical copy of Gaiares.
Oh, okay.
That was the game, the shoot 'em up that came out on the Genesis, and you got a free T-shirt with it. And Castlemania Games was re-releasing it. Got the same kid, now an adult, giving out the same T-shirt.
Nice.
But that's like $60. Great price for a physical game. Don't get me wrong. But here, $20 plus other games. So that's why I'm saying they're releasing a lot of good stuff. Hard to find games if you try and find the originals. And from these 3 that I've played, I don't see any issues with how these games are going to look.
Yeah. And the other thing too, as you're explaining all of this and what it sounds like to me, and I could be wrong, but Evercade isn't going the route of all of the other retro consoles where it's like, play all the games that you've played on every other system a million times over. In other words, like these are games that you can play that may not be available on other consoles. Currently.
No. You're right. There are some, like they have like the Xeno Crisis and Thimbleweed Park or whatever. And there's like another one that's just gonna be homebrew games and stuff like that. But you're right, it's a lot of hard to find stuff.
Yeah, like to me, the Links collections that you bought were a smart buy.
I'm gonna be honest.
Unless you buy the original Links, where are you gonna get those?
I have a couple Links games because I was gonna buy the Links adapter for the Analog Pocket, but I'm not above, you know what I mean, these cartridges and the way this system works. And again, I'm being 100% honest. This is not me being cheap. Trust me. Look. So yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. I really thought long and hard because like I thought Gaiares on physical would be awesome. I already have Soul Feast or Soldice as it was renamed later on, and I was going to pull the trigger on Valis Collection because there's like 1 or 2 other games on it. But I thought to myself, these things are $20 each. And not only that, through Castlemania, you can get reward points. So I had enough to get this one for just shipping. Nice. The new one that I just talked about. And just to name the other ones, then we'll move on, that are on this collection. Arcus Odyssey, Beast Wrestler, Dino Land, El Viento, Exile, Final Zone, Granada, and Tracia. Some of those I'm not familiar. Well, actually, most
I'm
of them I'm
not
not
familiar with
familiar with.
most of those. Yeah.
But again, they might be some hard to find. I I gotta find. I mean, I'll talk about it maybe next week, or I'll repost it on our social media.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and again, Evercade will put up something like, "Hey, I'm just gonna use this as an example. Here's an Atari Lynx collection. You know, if you buy 5 of these games originally, it'll cost you $400. You get this for $20."
Right.
So again, besides the thank you, because again, you got this for me for Christmas and it's awesome. I think for not collectors, that's a different breed.
Right.
But for people who just like playing, like in the middle between a collector and like just casual,
Yeah.
maybe like where we fall.
Yeah.
This the Evercade, way to go, and well worth the price. So,
and I was just gonna say, and the price isn't overwhelming.
No, look, I mean, I looked at the price. I know it's a gift. You don't talk about prices, but yeah, no, price is not bad at all. And I'm even thinking about maybe getting the handheld, so when I'm on the road, I can play these games as well. And the handheld Evercade can double as a controller for the verses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
So, yeah, so very cool. Definitely, folks, look into this. I think it's well worth it. So, there we go.
That endorsement was not paid for by the Evercade Corporation.
No, not at all. Or any of these endorsements are one day.
All right.
What else? I mean, I got some other things happening, but anything that you see happening on your end? Anything that news-wise? Maybe we can just.
You want to jump right in? We can jump right into news. That works for me.
We can talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of news that I'm catching up on, obviously, from the last couple of weeks.
They came out with a Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. But okay, so first thing that I found is, and I'm really happy to hear this news because I love this game. The House of the Dead remake is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Such a great game.
Yep.
Such a terrible movie.
Yep. I know it was announced last year. Mm-hmm. And then it was supposed to come out last year. It didn't happen. But now the publisher Forever Entertainment has confirmed their release date, and it is April 7th, only 1 month away.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, so it's gonna be the arcade game that everybody remembers. But they've updated the graphics, modern graphics and controls. So. Local 2-player multiplayer.
Ooh, okay.
Multiple endings. There'll be a photo mode, so you can take photos. Okay. And then the usual like achievements and stuff like that. Galleries and things like that. But House of the Dead, if you're a fan of House of the Dead, which I was, I love the arcade, and then I loved playing this on the Dreamcast also.
Yes.
That's what I had it for.
It was a rail shooter. You had the gun for the Dreamcast?
I might have used my controller.
There was a gun for the Dreamcast? Maybe it was a controller.
No, I think I used a controller for the Dreamcast.
Yeah. Like I think I have House of the Dead 2 and 3 for Wii, which was perfect for the Wii system. Great rail shooter. Did you have Typing of the Dead?
No, I didn't.
No? Oh, I'm shocked. I thought you would have.
No, I already know how to type. I don't need a game to teach me.
Yeah, so great series. That'll be fine. That might be a must pick, especially if you get it, like, again, I get it. On the Switch with the motion controls, that might actually work out.
Well, yeah, because it'll be a shooter.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be an actual shooter.
Exactly.
So that's really cool. Next thing, also on the Switch, there were a bunch of Switch releases that were recently announced, but they're releasing an Wonder Boy Anniversary Collection.
Yes,
have you heard about this?
I saw this on Switch and PS4. This is from Strictly Limited.
Strictly Limited Games. The pre-order went up on Sunday, March 6th, so you can pre-order it. And it is the full Wonder Boy collection. And when I say the full one, I mean like all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So you're getting like the arcade version, the Japanese version, the Sega Master System version, the Game Gear version. It's like literally for every single game. So in other words, Wonder Boy and Monsterland is available. You can play it. You can play the arcade version, the Sega Master System version, or the Japanese arcade version.
That's
so they have them separated, the Western and the Japanese. So
that's interesting.
So they've literally they're offering every single version of each Wonder Boy game. So you get at the end of the day a bunch of games. I'm trying to count them, but it's like over 20.
That's cool.
Yep. And Strictly Limited is offering a collector's edition,
of course,
with a full collector's edition box. It comes with a Wonder Boy diorama, an acrylic diorama, a best of soundtrack, an art book, a card game.
Ooh,
Wonder Boy card game, and a collector's coin album.
I like the sound of that.
Yep.
Like coins.
Only going to be, there are going to be 3,000 copies available for the Switch and 1,500 copies for the PS4. So if you're a PS4 player, you can grab it. Cool. I'm sorry. There's the Ultra collector's.
Oh yeah, Strictly Limited does do that.
Yeah. So on top of all the stuff I just said, the Ultra edition comes with a special music box. Character game ends. Character bookends.
Okay.
Wonder Boy character bookends.
Interesting.
And an extensive soundtrack collection. Not just a regular soundtrack, but you get multiple.
Extensive. You get 2 more bonus tracks.
Yep. So there is a ton available on here.
That sounds like a deal.
Yep. So if you loved playing Wonder Boy, apparently from 1986 to 1994, that's the window.
That's why we're here.
Yep. Go over to Strictly Limited Games and check it out.
Wonder Boy was fun. Wonder Boy started off as just like a straight up arcade. Actually, let me rephrase. Wonder Boy is Adventure Island.
That is exactly
it's exactly what it is. And then it turned into like its own RPG. Which is
because
cool.
It became Monster World.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I love Adventure Island. So all right, cool.
So something to look at. Head over to Strictly Limited Games. I'm just going in order because it's easier for me as a lefty.
Yeah, no. It's not that hard. You just, it's the same way.
I had to buy a different mouse.
Don't even start with me on that. I had
to buy a different mouse.
Did you seriously?
Well, yeah, because I have you
have that trackball thing?
Well, I have a carpal tunnel one, so I can only use it with my right hand.
Didn't they just fix that?
No.
You should have told them while you were there. Listen, do me a favor.
I told them when they went in there, I said, you take care of everything you find.
It's like my Switch.
I was like, because I'm not paying for this again. I go, you fix everything in there. I go, if anything, enhance what you can.
It's like, what's this whirring? Like, wait a minute.
It's like I want bionic pieces. Like, I want this arm now to turn into like a machine gun or something. I don't know.
It's gonna turn into a whisk.
That's basically what they gave me. They'd be like, oh look, I am super whisk.
Oh my god,
kill me now.
What are you talking about?
I have no idea. News.
Oh yeah.
So just again, one of these random things that, as we all know, like techie people like to create interesting things for our old systems.
Nerds.
I didn't say nerds. How dare you? We are with them.
Absolutely.
So this is interesting. So there was an app announced, or there was an app reported on how you can download this app to turn your original NES, your Nintendo Entertainment System, into a synthesizer.
Ooh,
which is really cool. So this Swedish craftsman named, well, if this is his name, Love Hultin. Love Hultin.
Mm-hmm.
He downloaded the synthesizer, and then he decided to go one step further, and he built an actual synthesizer keyboard with NES buttons, and you can slot your cartridges into it and play games on it.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, so he basically turned an actual synthesizer, because if you ever look at a synthesizer, it's got a whole bunch of buttons on it, and it's got a little screen. Yeah. And usually on the screen, you see, whatever, the music going off and on. He turned the synthesizer into, like, the screen itself now is a TV that plays NES games. Oh,
now I understand what you're talking about.
He does have a synthesizer keyboard to go into the synthesizer, but he turned the synthesizer itself into an NES console. So you actually slide the NES game into the system, and you know what I'll do really quickly is I'll share my screen.
Oh, this should be interesting with a left hand.
With my I'm using my left hand, people. Bear with me. Maybe terrible.
Are you using like a regular mouse now as opposed to an ergonomic one?
No, yes, I'm using a regular mouse. So carpal tunnel in the left hand.
Oh wow! Look,
so you
whoa!
can
Look at that
see,
thing.
yeah, see, he turned the synthesizer into an NES, and you can see where he slots in the
Holy
cartridge.
cow!
And then he's got, and then he obviously put a plug in for
That is
the controller.
wild looking.
Yeah, it's really cool. Granted, it's a very tiny screen, but just an awesome thing that, like, just to show like what people do.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Like when you're bored. Like when I'm bored, I go to
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah, and you can also
Jeez.
see like he's got the directional pad
Yeah.
here as well, which is just kind of cool. I don't know how
That
you
is
would,
wild.
I don't know how you would play it there,
Yeah, it's a little
but
weird.
yeah, just really interesting.
Hmm.
So if you want to if you want to convert a synthesizer into an NES, contact Love Holton, and he will
Oh,
let you know.
he had some. Oh, so one of his prior machines was featured on the Tonight Show.
Yeah, I see that in the
So I might have to
article.
look that up just to take
Thank
a
you,
look at it.
Nintendo Life.
Yeah,
But yeah, so just a fun thing.
that's cool.
I love when I find creations like that. So I
Oh,
was happy to
totally.
see that. Moving on to sadder news, Larry. I know that you canceled your Intellivision Amico pre-order.
I did. Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Well, and then as we've known lately, Intellivision has been having some financial
Yeah,
woes
man.
developing
Holy
Amico.
cow.
So it was announced, I think, last week that they have closed down their fundraiser ahead of schedule.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so the campaign ended 2 months ahead of its original close date.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were looking for what were they looking for? They were looking for like $5 million, I guess, to get this thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And after a month, they were only at like 58,000.
And I mean, it sucks. Don't get me. It stinks
Yeah.
because, like, look, obviously you don't want anyone like you want these companies to succeed. And look, it's another gaming system out there. Yeah, it's not an Xbox or anything like that. It just it stinks to see that, especially with because I followed even after I canceled, I still followed Tommy Torriello, whatever his name is.
Yep.
Who's done some amazing stuff in the gaming industry. And this thing had some, it had some pull. It was going to have an exclusive Earthworm Jim game.
Yeah.
Some other stuff. I thought the interaction with the controllers was going to look good. It
Yep.
was going to be family friendly, budget friendly. But yeah, no, they definitely hit a lot of snags. So it kind of stinks to see that. I hope maybe they can pull it out later. I don't know if they have any plans or anything to do something else, but
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
just-
they're going to try. I'm sure they're going to try to keep things afloat, but it's not
Yeah.
looking good for Intellivision.
bummer.
Well, again, it's just one of those things where it's like so many of these older companies are trying to make their comebacks. It's just not everybody's going to be able to pull it off.
Oh, of course. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, like I kind of thought that was going to happen with the Atari VCS, but lo and behold, I have a copy of it.
Yep.
And side note, actually, a lot of people are praising the Atari VCS for its like cloud gaming capabilities, like on Xbox and stuff. So I'm just saying.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, no, I was kind of hoping to see in television, like again, maybe something down the road. We'll see.
Yeah. So sad news for Intellivision. We'll keep an eye on it to see
Yes.
if they're able to pull things.
Oh, I guess maybe I should buy then the Intellivision collection on the Evercade. I guess
Yep.
that won't be a problem anymore.
Yep. So yeah, very true. So I got a couple of interesting news bits here that you will be happy to hear.
Oh,
Mostly
money?
because no, you're not getting money, but just mostly because it's related to
I'm spending money.
No, it's related to the much reviled, absolutely deplorable Virtual Boy.
Wow. A lot of those adjectives don't make sense.
Well, they do when you're talking about the Virtual Boy. So the first one, and this is actually very surprising to me, and you'll be happy to hear this, that they were apparently working on an F-Zero spinoff for the Virtual Boy.
I've heard about that, rumors in the past and stuff like that. That would have been, I probably would have vomited from that.
Yeah,
but
probably. But according to a former employee of Nintendo of America, it was called Zero Racers. And supposedly it was 100% complete.
Oh,
so the game was actually, according to him, games are actually completed. But and if you go online, you can see images of it.
really?
Zero Racers look like. So
I wonder if it was ever like a picture or two in Nintendo Power.
There might have been at some point. Again, here I'll share my screen. Just
look at this.
what I'm looking at.
Oh, look at that!
It looks very
It
Again, looks like the Star Wars arcade from like 1981.
it actually, I hate to say it, it actually looks like another Virtual Boy game. I can't remember it. I can't remember the
And it
name.
could be that they took. It could be that they took the.
It
They
could
took,
have been.
or they used that to try and build F-Zero, and it just didn't
True.
happen,
Trying to
one
think,
way
Red
or the
Falcon,
other.
I think it was called or something. That's gonna bug me now.
Yeah.
But that's interesting though because that would have been
Oh, and
that would have been interesting
and
too.
you were right. Those images were actually from Nintendo Power Magazine.
Okay, so there we go.
So there's your answer.
That's pretty cool. Because I
Yeah.
mean, someone made a Street Fighter 2 game on the Virtual Boy, so
Mhm.
I wonder why that sucks. I would like to have seen because I mean F Zero doesn't get a lot of love from Nintendo, which is weird.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because they put a lot of backing into the Mario Kart racing game,
Mm-hmm.
the Mario Kart game. Like they put their full thing behind.
That's
Although
true. Yeah.
I did hear that the Chocobo,
Yeah.
the Final Fantasy racing game that they came out with, the
Mhm.
Chocobo racing, is actually
Just
really
released.
good. Yeah, it just
Really?
released and it's getting really good reviews.
Okay. Vertical Force is the game I was thinking of that those
Yep.
images look like. Vertical Force.
Yep. Oh, and
Um,
also just on the note of racing, one of the free PS4 games this month for March is the Sonic racing game.
I saw that. Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna
So
have to download that,
yeah, I downloaded that because
All right. Cool.
super fun stuff. And then sticking to the Virtual Boy for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there
We
was
can stay with it all day.
no. We're just going to go through this because I just want to point out that not only was the console absolutely awful, but apparently working on the console and testing the console was equally awful. So there was an interview with an associate producer
Okay.
of the Virtual Boy, and he said that the extreme testing process for the Virtual Boy console was inhumane, and he compared it to the torture scene in A Clockwork Orange.
I
If
mean,
you remember that, if you know that
I do.
scene, yep. So that was, he basically said they would dilate our pupils. They would have us.
no.
They would have us sit. They would have us sit with our heads in a vice type thing, and they would shine light in our pupils. They would have these plastic rods. They would have them just barely touching our eyes, and they would say, "Okay, no matter what, don't blink for a minute."
I mean, wow. Hey, look, but sometimes testing like this leads to wonderful products. The Virtual Boy.
Well, they wanted to. They did things like this to make sure it was safe to use, and then I'm not done. They were also saying like, I know, right? They were also saying like they would blow air into our eyes, then they would have us play the Virtual Boy test kit for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Sounds like they're just getting an eye exam.
And then they let us rest, and then they dilate our eyes again and do it all over.
Okay. I can't figure out why the dilating. I can understand why you're trying to keep your eyes open for that long. I thought maybe they were gonna just staple the system to your head, but
see, just all the more reason why this thing was destined to fail. Look what you had to put people through.
Oh, please,
just to get this thing to market.
I can only imagine what game testing is like for the Oculus or something like that.
Yeah,
can't be any different than the Virtual Boy.
Whatever.
Clearly, it was terribly different. So, and
just absolutely terrible. You remain the only fan of the Virtual Boy.
Not the only. There's others out there. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, you're all sadomasochists.
Gotta get a kick somewhere.
Terrible people.
Terrible.
Okay, moving on to other news. So Pac-Man. We all love Pac-Man.
Oh, yes.
We love Pac-Man. So a little bit of Pac-Man news. The Pac-Man Museum Plus.
I saw a trailer for this, yes.
Did you see a trailer for this? Pac-Man Museum Plus is going to be coming to consoles in late May. It was originally announced back in November. Basically, it's like it's like a 3D Pac-Man arcade, and you walk around and you choose the Pac-Man game you want to play.
Yep.
There will be 14 titles.
Yes.
It's going to feature a customizable in-game arcade. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I guess you can set it up the way that you want.
Yeah.
New items can be earned by completing missions and earning in-game coins.
Okay.
You can unlock cabinets, figures, decorations, wallpapers, custom flooring. So basically, and you get a jukebox.
That's awesome.
So players who purchase, so this thing's coming out May 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Players who purchase the game within the first 30 days will be able to obtain a launch bonus which includes 5 silver or gold figures that can be displayed in their virtual arcade.
I'll take it.
Yep. You can go online and register for top scores so you can compete against other people around the world.
Okay.
And the full list of Pac-Man games are as follows. You get, it's a lot. You get Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac-and-Pal, Pac-Land, Pac-Mania, Pac-Attack, Pac-in-Time, Pac-Man Arrangement Arcade version, Pac-Man Arrangement CS version, Pac-Man Championship Edition, Pac-Motos, Pac-and-Roll Remix, Pac-Man Battle Royale, and my personal favorite, Pac-Man 256.
Pac-Man 256 is awesome.
It's a trip. It
really is.
It really is a trip just playing it that way. It's just really, it's weird.
It's a mobile game, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's just weird. But anyway, so
great lineup.
Yeah, so great lineup, and obviously because this is going to be online, digital. I wouldn't be surprised if they add more games to it because obviously what's missing. Where's Miss Pac-Man?
I was thinking of that, but it's weird. A lot of times when they do the Pac-Man collection, they just stick with Pac-Man.
Yep, true.
But Miss Pac-Man might be a download later on.
It might be. We'll see what happens.
I'm waiting for hopefully like Junior Pac-Man, not Baby Pac-Man, but Junior Pac-Man. Junior Pac-Man, the maze was double width.
Yes.
That you don't see. I think last time it was home release was on Atari.
I want the Pac-Man pinball.
That's Baby Pac-Man, and fun side note, it is currently available to be played at the Game On Retro Arcade.
Oh, very nice.
He has one. Oh, I can't wait to get back there and play
I think I saw that also at the
museum?
The museum in Vegas. Yeah, which is really cool.
So, all right, cool. This is a great Pac-Man. Super Pac-Man. I love Super Pac-Man. Pac-and-Pal. I have the Pac-and-Pal on the arcade 1-up. Great game.
Nice.
Very fun, different version of Pac-Man.
Which one do I have on mine that's behind me?
You have, I think, just Pac-Man and maybe Pac-Mania.
I think that's right. I only play Pac-Man when I turn it on. So.
Well, you still hold high score on this one.
Do I still have the high score on Miss Pac-Man?
Yep.
Yeah, you better beat it soon because I'm going to come back and put a higher score.
Well, I haven't turned it on in a while. So
at any point in time when you just give up, just send it to me. I'll keep it.
Just a knock on the door.
I'll add your Miss Pac-Man to my collection. All right, moving on.
Your system is mine.
Exactly. That's how we should do it from now on. We'll spend thousands of dollars shipping systems back and forth to each other.
I'll spend thousands of dollars shipping systems back and forth to you.
Well, I'll just pick them up when I travel in. Anyway, moving on. I think 2-3 weeks ago, I had talked about Humble Bundle. I bring them up every once in a while.
Yes, Humble Bundle. Cool collection. Yep, I've done them once.
Yeah, and I had downloaded the Mist collection on Humble Bundle. Because I had actually just finished playing Abduction on the PS4, which I thought was really cool. And that was from the same company that makes Myst. So I bought that collection. Well, there is a new collection out on Humble Bundle that may be appealing to some listeners or watchers of our show. And this one is the Sid Meier's Ultimate Collection Bundle. Ooh. So if you are a fan of the Civilization series, this is definitely the Humble Bundle for you. It includes $471 worth of Sid Meier games for a total of $35.
I thought you were saying 471 games.
No, but for $35, you can get the full Sid Meier's collection, and that includes Civilization 6 with some of their extra scenario packs like Gathering Storm, Viking scenario, stuff like that. You also get Civilization Beyond Earth, Civilization 5, the complete edition, Sid Meier's Pirates, which is very popular too. Civilization 4, the complete edition, Civilization 3, the complete edition, and then a bunch of other Sid Meier games, Starships, Railroads, Ace Patrol, Pacific Skies, regular Ace Patrol, Colonization, and Covert Action. So that's
you might get 471 games.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a hefty amount here. Yeah. And the thing about Humble Bundle is you can pay what you want. The more you pay, the more that gets donated to charity. So you can pay as little as $1, and for $1, you get 3 games. For $7, they up it. But I think the minimum
different tiers.
Yeah, different tiers. If you want everything, I think the minimum you have to pay is $15. So
fair enough.
Technically for $15, you can get all 21 games.
Interesting.
It's 21 games on the list. So yeah, so check out Humble Bundle. And again, this is for PC,
Hmm.
for PC gaming. If you game on your PC, this may be worth getting. I've always wanted to play the Civilization games, so this may tip the scales for me and get me to just buy them all and try them out.
Well, you might need a whole bunch of point and click games for now.
Yeah, tell me about it. And I need ones where there isn't like a timer involved either, because it takes me forever to get the mouse over where I need it to. And the last bit of news I'm going to share with everybody. This was announced a couple of weeks ago. Again, I was unavailable. But Capcom has revealed that they've revealed the Capcom Fighting Collection that is coming this June.
Yes, apparently you forgot after watching last week's episode that we touched upon that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, but
I will have you know, when listening to last week's episode, I was heavily medicated.
So was I.
I don't blame you.
Aw.
Hi, Mario.
No, but
thanks for covering.
But I want to get your. I do want to get your opinion on this because, yes, the fighting, for those maybe who didn't tune in last week, the fighting series, basically almost every Capcom fighting game that's not Street Fighter except for one or two. What are your thoughts on the Darkstalker game being in there?
I like that.
Right?
I'm excited about that. That and what's the other one that I saw on there? Oh, I like Super Puzzle Fighter.
That is a good one. That is a fun one.
So I like Super Puzzle Fighter. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, Darkstalker's being added to that collection. I'm like, okay, I really like this collection.
Because, and I mentioned, because I remember when the arcade showed up, like for me, Street Fighter, I first saw Street Fighter at the beach club I used to go to in Breezy Point here in New York. And I remember they rolled into Street Fighter 2. I'm like, what the hell is this? And the first quarter I put in, I played E Honda, and I was on there for a half hour.
Yep.
Not knowing what a cheat move is, learned that later. But but then they later brought in Darkstalkers. I'm like, what the hell is this? Basically, like these... it's not official Universal monsters, but like the Universal monsters, if you will, in a fighter with like an anime look to it. And I've always enjoyed Darkstalkers. I feel like Darkstalkers never really got as much love that it should have, like Street Fighter did.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you. Street Fighter gets all the love, but Darkstalkers was a really awesome game.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can get it now on the Fighting Collection is really cool. That thing drops on June 24th, which you talked about last week.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Yes.
And then the last bit of news, because I thought that was my last piece. But
no, you lied to me.
No. Just one last thing, because it popped in my head, because I'm actually going to see this movie. But Uncharted came out.
Oh yes, that's right.
Uncharted came out February 18th. I don't know. I don't know if you talked about it.
No, that did not. No.
Okay. No. But obviously doing pretty well in the theaters. Yeah. It's currently up to 89 million domestically, 143 internationally. So it's at about 232.
Is that like good nowadays in the post-COVID world?
And because we're still kind of coming back. We're still working out. People are still working their way back to the theaters.
Yeah.
But yeah, considering it's only been out for 2 weeks, this is the third weekend of release.
Okay.
That's a pretty decent amount for first off,
for a video game movie.
For a video game movie, but I'm sure a lot of that pull has to do with Tom Holland, who is now superstar deluxe. But I'm actually going to see this. So awesome. next week I can give somewhat of a review.
All right, cool. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go take a look at it. Probably the next movie I'm going to probably end up seeing in the theater is Sonic. Yeah, because
Sonic is definitely on my list to see. I have at some point in the next couple of weeks I'll go see the Batman.
I'm hearing some great stuff about
everybody's saying it's amazing. So
and I wasn't crazy. The trailers completely threw me off. I'm like, I don't want to see this. Is not my Batman.
Well, the trailer looks incredibly dark. Like
that's what it was. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Like the Riddler looks like a really psycho serial killer, and that's what's and I find that appealing, because I'm like, ooh. Figures. But like the Christopher Nolan ones. All right, I know but look, we're all fans. The Christopher Nolan movies at least set it in like the real world, if you will. Yeah.
But like wasn't over the top. This to me was like this almost post-apocalyptic, whatever. I think it has nothing to do with the Justice League movie or anything like that. It's like a standalone.
No. I believe it's a complete standalone. So I'm really curious. Yeah, I'm really curious to see.
So.
Although,
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'll see. I heard that there's some Easter eggs in there, and there's something and there's something that happens in there that people are like, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I'll check it out and find out.
But I heard a lot of my friends who've seen it say they love it. So I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing that in the next couple of weeks. But first, got Uncharted to take care of, and
Yes.
then I'll take care of the Batman, and then before long we'll have Sonic 2.
I'll take care of the
Lots going on.
Batman.
And then one last question for you
Damn it.
because I
Yeah.
have not no a question, not
Oh, okay.
news. Question for you because I was just thinking about it, and it's next on my list
Uh,
to watch. Have you watched the Cuphead show on
oh,
Netflix yet? I have not. I'm
so
about to start it though.
I briefly mentioned this last week, but not enough. I started watching it.
Yeah.
They're short episodes. They're 15 minutes each, just about. Rated TV Y7, which kind of I thought it was gonna be a little bit more
Mm.
not mature, not like Castlevania, but
Yeah.
just a little bit more. But it's Y7 that works for me. And the first episode I loved. It's just such a great. It just felt like a throwback to old cartoons.
Yeah.
The way the game is.
Mhm.
So, and then I got like halfway through the second episode. Then I got distracted by something else. But I do
Shame.
want to. I do. Yeah, I do want to get through the rest of it. But I quite enjoyed it. I like the homage that's given to the old cartoons and the feel to it. And I don't know how well it's doing, like how it's tracking, but
Well, it's
I enjoyed
funny.
it.
It's funny you should say that because I read this morning that it's been renewed for season 2.
Sounds good to me.
So I guess it's doing well enough.
Excellent. We'll take it.
So season 2 of Cuphead coming.
That game, the game is so ridiculously hard.
Yes, I know. And you know what? I still haven't played it. I have to play it.
I mean, it's a great game, but it is
It's hard.
It's basically you just defeat all the bosses through sheer muscle memory. That's almost how it happens.
That's fine. That's how you beat most bosses these days.
So.
All right, and that wraps it up for news.
For me, the only things I'll mention real quick, I got actually a Kickstarter reward finally showed up.
Ooh, what'd you get?
So I can't wait. I haven't tried it yet. Just came in the other day. I can't wait to both play and watch because I got my Stone Protectors DVD in the mail.
Ooh,
yes, nice. All 13 episodes of the Stone Protectors: Cornelius, Max, Angus, Chester, and Cliff.
Are you actually going to watch it?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Funded with Kickstarter. And I got with it the Super Nintendo version of the Stone Protectors. There's some of the pictures of the game.
That took a while.
It did take a little while, but finally got it. Someone, when I was at Game On, we were talking about this, and someone's like, oh, why didn't you get the Genesis version? Because the Super Nintendo one did come out. The Genesis did not. But as per last week when I was talking about Desert Strike, as you remember, Anthony,
yes.
I mentioned how with Desert Strike, when I was watching the comparisons, yeah, it looks good on Genesis, but it sounds way better on the Super Nintendo. So I kind of went with the Super Nintendo one because A, I love the Nintendo, and B, I think I'd get better sound quality out of it. And I think gameplay would just be good as well. So I'll report on this next week as far as gameplay.
Cool.
But happy I got that in. And then just one other thing more that I purchased on eBay. It's all the way over there. But I picked up a copy of one of my favorite shoot 'em ups from Japan, Parodius.
Nice.
The very wacky shoot 'em up from Konami. This is the Famicom version I picked up.
Oh, very cool.
So now I have the Famicom, the Game Boy, and the Super Famicom version. So another collection, small collection I'm trying to collect. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention to you. We don't have much time left. Let's see if we can get maybe this in real quick.
We have all the time we want.
We have a time machine. I mentioned last week when I was collecting the Desert Strike games. Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, and Urban Strike. Those are like the three trilogies on the home systems. And I picked up all of them except for Jungle because Jungle Game On had in box, which was cool, but the other two were not in box. And me, I'm like, well, I either have to have all of them in box or none of them in box. And it's a lot easier to find them loose, don't get me wrong, and a little bit cheaper. So I present that conundrum to you. If you were buying a series, a trilogy of games, and are you like, do you care? I feel like your OCD would kick in where you have to have either all in box or none in box.
Yes, I care. I do care. I actually hate the fact that I own games without a box.
Okay, so that's just pure, but not the fact that they're the same, just the fact of no box.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the reasons why you had given me a link to a site where you can buy,
custom game cases.
Yeah. Custom game cases. And I bought a bunch for my N64 games because I just wanted to put the games in a box.
And those never came with boxes. I mean, they came in a box. But...
Well, no, N64s came in a box, but they were flimsy. So, but yeah, so like the fact that no, all like I want all games in box. That's me.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm fine with loose games. But I have to find Jungle Strike. So I unfortunately still looking for that one, waiting for that one to come through. But
or buy it loose and get a custom game box if somebody sells it.
Well, no, that's the thing. I mean, like my shelving systems, I can't afford. Really, actually, I should stop buying in box just because of my.
You're out of room.
In fact, the Genesis boxes are starting to annoy me. Oh. So yeah, that's how bad it's starting to get. Oh. But that is a problem I will deal with later.
I was just going to say the ones that bother me are the Sega CD ones because they're so tall.
And then I have like the short one, and I'm like,
and then you have the one short one. Well, that's with PlayStation too. If you got the original PlayStation games in the tall boxes, and then the rest are in jewel cases, it's like, all right, come on.
I think I got one tall box PlayStation game.
I have one also. I have it's NHL. I have an NHL game. That's
and then that JVC racing game on the Sega CD comes in a completely different box than all of them.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Oh, our OCD is gonna be terrible. All right, let's wrap this up then. Good show, good stuff. And do you even remember where people can find us?
No.
I tried doing it last week and I failed.
You can find us on basebook.com/retro hello. Let's see if I can remember my spiel. You can find us on facebook.com/retro gamers podcast, on Instagram @retro gamers podcast, on Twitter @retro gamers pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube, and you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
One shows off pretty cool black cartridge for stone protectors and black cart. Yeah.
That looks really great.
Yeah, right.
Very nice.
So, smells new too.
All right. We're done. Oh, and just really quickly, just to be serious for a second, we didn't say it at the beginning of the show. Mario, thank you very much for filling in for me last week. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a good time. I always have fun with Mario on. You know, he's our Genesis guy, our Master System guy. We had a good time. Mario, again, thank you very much. He'll be back sometime in the future.
Yep.
And folks, we'll be back because we will see you next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.